Good morning, church. It's good to be with you here today. Happy Saturday. And today we are looking at the story of Gideon in Judges chapter 8. And Gideon has a great go of it to start. He trusts God in a remarkable way, even though he needs God to prove himself to him. He does go through with trusting God. He pursues his enemy. He doesn't let them go, which is wonderful. And he achieves a great victory in the face of doubt and a severe opposition. But then he doesn't really end well. He gives into idolatry. They say to him, "Come and be our king. You did so great. Rule over us. Let your kids rule over us." And they're ready to establish a line of kings with Gideon at the front of it. And he says, "No, I won't be your king." But then he goes and he names one of his kids Abimelech, which means my father is king. And he makes an ephod for himself in the model of the one that was at the tabernacle. And he puts it up in his hometown so people can come and worship there along with him. And he just leads the people astray. His arrogance is going to cause a huge amount of trouble. The next chapter, we're going to see the awful tragedies that Abimelech brings about. And we as a church need to take this to heart and ask ourselves, how do we go about finishing well the work that God has given to us? Because we're going to hit strips when we just don't feel like it. We sing a song in church. It's one of my favorite lines about obedience when we sing, "I'll obey and serve you. I'll obey because I love you." And it's the way to show my love when the feelings go away. We're not always going to feel like serving the Lord. Psalm 42 that we read today is a great psalm for this. Betrayal is at hand in David's life, and he doesn't feel good. He says, "I'm deeply depressed, but I'll put my hope in God. I trust you, God." And that's what we need to be saying. God, I trust you, even when it's Saturday and the crucifixion was on Friday and it feels like Jesus is in the tomb and everything is bad and wrong and there's no hope and there's nowhere left to turn. I say, God, I know that you are actually on the throne. We go to 1 Corinthians 15, and that's your homework today, to study that. And we say, that's where my hope is. Only in the resurrection, only in the hope that God provides. That will get me through to the end, because church, you have to finish strong. Jesus says, to him who endures to the end will be saved. You can't quit along the way. I was sent a book, "Don't Quit Before You Finish." It's so important for us to maintain and to be steady and to work hard for our Lord, because it's a great outflowing of the passion that we have because of what he did for us on the cross. And so, church, that's my encouragement today. Don't grow weary in doing good. Don't quit before you finish. Finish the race, delight in the Lord, and work through times of discouragement by taking your discouragement to God and telling him about it and trusting in him to get you through. I love you, church, and I look forward to seeing you on Resurrection Sunday.